I hope you enjoyed the awards and the slideshow. Tonight, I guess my overwhelming feeling is of gratitude and of hope. I am so moved by the work of all the individuals and organizations who received awards tonight, and by the people who are here in this room who maybe weren't being recognized tonight, but who are part of this work, or other work that you do to help improve the lives of community members. The work that you all do matters so much. I want to talk about 2017, and I have to be honest with y'all. I'm still reeling a little bit from 2017. It seemed like it was a year like no other. I'm focusing on healthcare. The attacks on the health insurance programs that we work with every day and that we see saving our clients' lives were just unrelenting. They seem to be never ending. We fought against these attacks, and all the while, for months on end while we were doing this, our amazing staff, who you've met tonight, Adani, Chris, and Paulette, continue to provide services to about 500 clients each month, people from all walks of life. I'm not reeling from the amount of work that it took for us to fight against these threats from Congress. I'm reeling from how far-reaching and vicious these legislative initiatives were, and from knowing what they would do to people. 2017 taught us two important lessons. One is that there are politicians who will stop at nothing to try to send our nation back to a time when healthcare was a privilege afforded only to the well-off. And two, through collective action, grassroots organizing, and advocacy, we can fight back and we can win. Although it may not feel like we won in 2017, we did in fact win. The decks were stacked against us, not in our favor, for keeping the healthcare programs that we value. Collectively throughout the country, as a result of grassroots organizing and advocacy, we, the people, saved Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act. This effort required constant vigilance, policy analysis, public education, numerous calls to action, and teaching people how to take action. And it consumed almost the entire year. We held community meetings, activist trainings where we taught people how to call their legislators, including many people who had never ever called a legislator before. One of my greatest moments of happiness was with an 87-year-old woman who called the legislator for the first time, and then she never stopped, and she was calling the White House. She was and then she was getting her friends to do it, telling them how easy it was. We issued action alerts, spoke to the media, we did healthcare fact chat videos, we brought consumer stories to the media and to legislators, we testified in legislative hearings. We coordinated with statewide and national efforts to fight off the attacks on the Affordable Care Act and Medicaid. And we did all of this while serving our clients and getting people enrolled in health insurance. 2017 taught us that we win by organizing. We win by activating and mobilizing local residents to fight for our health care, and by coordinating our local efforts with statewide and national efforts in order to lift our voices in unison to protect our care and to protect our lives. We cannot rest on the progress that we have made. The fight is not over. The threats to the Affordable Care Act, Medicaid, and Medicare have already begun following the passage of President Trump's signing of the massive tax cut bill. The efforts to cut health care programs in 2018 will come through the budgetary process and administrative and rulemaking processes at the federal and state levels. We have to stay vigilant. This isn't partisan or ideological, what I'm saying. We didn't hate these bills and advocate against them because they were Republican Party bills. We fought against them because from a healthcare perspective, they would have harmed millions of people. They were totally indecent and vicious policy proposals cloaked in policy speak and peddled through disingenuous talking points. As we look ahead, let us take our comfort and inspiration from our own history of achievement, of struggle for the greater good, and from the good work that is happening here in our own community, some of which you learned about tonight in the awards presentations. All of us together and in our own ways, whether we agree on everything or not, we are working for the public good to create a healthier and more just community and society. And when we work for justice, whether it's fighting against an injustice or creating something new to improve the lives of people, we are working for the public good and the public interest. But it's not easy. It's not easy. We are all too often David against Goliath. Our struggles are sometimes long and difficult, and it is easy to become discouraged. One might feel discouraged and beat down when one sees the ravages of the lives harmed and must bear witness day after day to the unnecessary and monumental suffering of people. Sometimes we get tired and sometimes we fall down. Sometimes we need others to help pick us back up, dust us off, give us refuge, and help us get back to the struggle. But whatever it takes, we have to fight. We have to keep working, and it takes all of us. It's okay to get tired, but not to give up. Never give up. We cannot turn away from human suffering. We cannot abdicate responsibility to do what we can for others, and we cannot give up. Because what we are fighting for is justice. It is justice that gives people the ability to have a better life. It is justice that reduces suffering. It is justice that makes life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness possible. So no matter how tired we are, how frustrated we are, we don't give up. Amazing things happen when we work together, even for something that seems impossible. We come to know one another, we develop respect, trust, and even friendships. We achieve small victories that sustain us on the long and uncertain road. We learn to celebrate, and we learn to love one another. And tremendously important, we learn that we can count on one another. We gain a new faith. It is the faith that we are there for each other. And so, it is in the midst of the long, difficult work we discover these precious and unforeseen gifts. These gifts that forever change us and make us better. And our hope and our faith are renewed and restored, and we keep going and we don't give up. And we bring other people into the struggle. My hope lives with regular people who, motivated by compassion and decency, come together to do extraordinary things. My hope lives with you, and for that I am grateful and I thank you. And now, on behalf of the board and staff of the Champaign County Healthcare Consumers, I want to thank you all so much for being here, not just being here tonight, but being here in this community and doing the work that is needed and supporting the organizations that do the work that is needed. And I thank you for not giving up. Thank you so much, and have a great evening.